I did pretend to come to these places, but I never dreamt I would actually make it, and my family were farmers, and we lost our farm, and we ended up in sharecroppers housing, and for a lot of people they know what that is. For a lot of people they don't. But it's a very poor existence. And I kind of am blessed the fact that we actually lived there, because I learned not to be prejudiced or closed-minded. And, actually being in these places, seeing Rome and Paris and meeting people from all over, England, Ireland, Scotland, and Parisians and Spanish and, just, you can name so many different people. And yet I go on the YouTube and I hear the most prejudiced people in the world, and they're Americans. Don't get me wrong, I know there's a lot of wonderful things on the YouTube, but there's a lot of hatred and prejudice and judgmental opinions about people you don't even know. And my grandmother used to say, "What are you saying? Do you know that person?" And I'd say, "No, not really." And she'd say, "How dare you presume?" And I was compelled to look that up. Presumption, that we know someone well enough to criticize them. So this time I couldn't let it pass. I heard someone make a very critical opinion of someone they didn't even know. They have no idea about them. They don't know one iota about their life and how they came up and how hard it was for them. Yet they felt free to criticize everything about that person, to call them hypocritical, and ask for them to be fired. And that's just incredible to me. It's just incredulous that they would do that. And the criticism really circled around a person making a statement about the media in America who portray certain cultures in America in the most negative light. And here you have this most beautiful, black, powerful, intelligent, elegant, eloquent female who may be our next First Lady. And I am so totally chuffed about it. And I happen to agree that she may have to watch everything she says and does. She'll be under the microscope. I really think my grandmother was a very, very smart woman, and she used to say introspection. And she had a very good vocabulary for a woman of very little education. And she said introspection. And if you can't find it within yourself, a self-examination, then perhaps you need to go to church. But most definitely, before you judge others, judge yourself. And to thine own self be true, and therefore to no other man you could ever be false. That last quote was more or less from Shakespeare. Not an exact quote, but close enough. And I like it. Be true to yourself first and foremost, and then to no others you could be false. It's not biblical. It's just